everybody, this is Sonia and I am from Australia and I am making a video for the third time. Interruptions, I've had a few, but anyway. Now this is for the Pawgustart Creative Arts Collaboration Group, and each month on the 20th, 21st and 22nd we're going to be putting up videos, so hashtag Pawgustart actually, so we can show people our work and get some more subscribers and all come together and show the world that we're all out here to do all these things that we can do. So anyway, today I've decided that I'm going to show you how to make some dragonflies. I know it's about animals, but people have done flies, they've done butterflies and fish, and so I'm sure the dragonfly beaded would be in this. Okay, so I hope he's all right to show that one. Anyway, now you're going to need some wire. This one's really strange having to say all this again, but and it's 26 gauge, this one that I'm using today. I actually made these with a 24 gauge, which is 24 gauge, which is actually a smaller one, which is really, hang on a minute, I must have that wrong. This is 26, it's a bigger one than this, which I don't, anyway, we need, well, that's what size we'll have today, okay, because we don't want it to be too thin, but we do want to be able to move it, okay, we don't want it to be too stiff that we can't manipulate it to do what we want it to do. You'll also need a main bead for his head, which will be the bigger size bead. You'll need a arrangement of other beads in the same colours if you want to do that, and some bugle beads. They're pink ones, and I've got white ones. And I've got these other little ones here that are called seed beads. And I don't know what sizes they are, I'm sorry, but they're small. Anyway, so it's up to you. You can use whatever size you like. You can use the great big ones if you want to, and it'll make it a lot easier anyway, if you're only learning to do things to hold them with the bigger beads. So anyway, we need to turn half this, which I've already done that because I was doing the video. So we need to get your 8 inches of wire, which is 20 centimetres, fold it in half over this part here of your pliers, because you're going to need them as well, which we probably should have told you about that, but I'm sure if you watch this before you go to make it, you'll see that that's what we're using. I'm not sorry about this organisation, but I started off okay. Now I've got to make sure that these little beads will go through the wire. I did test that one there, and I'm hoping they all do, because you're going to thread them both, like both pieces of wire through there, and you've got a little ring on the end, like that. Okay, so you got that one's to start with for his tail, and we'll probably do 2 more for his tail. Now this is the length of the wire is depending on what size dragonfly you want to make. Because the top part of it, of course, is going to be his feelers. Okay. Now, I find this easier if I put it on down and pick them up, because my hands are big and I can't get hold of it's a tiny bead, and get it into the hole. This is okay. I was doing this last night and couldn't see a thing. So I've got 4 of that size, and we'll put 4 of this size on. My hands are dried out playing with all these beads. I'm fishing through them this morning. I've had so many, collected up over the years, and it's good to bring them out occasionally and learn and do some more stuff with them, isn't it? To show people what they can make. The beading is really nice. It's easy. You can put it on lots of different things, because I'll do 3 of these, I think. If I skip too far, I'll do the bigger bead. I might have to, because I want it to be at least that long, like the other one. I should probably have measured that, because I think I might put another, if I've got a different size here, I have another size, so I want to put 3 of those, and the next size I'll put 3 of them. I think that's a bit bigger. No, actually it isn't. This one here is the wrong one. I've got some here. So I've got different, I only use 2 different sorts in this one, and I like to use glass, although I did use these ones here, and I realised after that they weren't glass, but that doesn't really matter, I suppose, if you haven't got them, you can't use them, can you? Now I want to take that size, then this size, this brighter pink one. It is a nice big one, look, so you just want to gradually bring his tail up to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, and 3 of those. Okay. And then this nice round one. Really pretty ones. 1, 2, 3. I have got the biggest mess in my room again. Dear oh dear. But if I didn't come back in here to craft soon, I was going to go crazy, you know. I needed to get back in here. And then when I got back in here, I thought of all these other things I want to make. And it happens all to me all the time. I get into these things where I want to make something. And put this one on, come on. And work for me. That's probably long enough, do you think? And his head. There's his head. There you go. So there's his body and his head. And these 2 pieces are going to be his feelers, but of course I'm going to have to cut them back a bit because they're a bit too long. Alright, now I've got to get more wire for his wings. And maybe I should measure that too. I have a tape measure hanging from the cupboard next to me. It's the only way I can make sure I know I've got one, even though I'm surrounded by them. 4 inches maybe. We need twice that, so we probably need to do another. How about we go 6 inches for them? 6 inches of the wire for each 2 wings, so that's 12 inches of wire. I want 12 inches of wire, say. Cut that off. I hope this is not too. I hope it's easy to follow. Okay, so now we're just going to fasten this piece around here like so. Now because this moves about a bit because his head hasn't been pushed on yet, we can just work freely with that. Try and pull it as tight as you can without hurting yourself, or I don't think you'd break it. If you break it, obviously the wire's not strong enough to do what we're doing. Okay, so on here we need to thread about, I think, 22 beads. Okay, so for his wings, I'm going to put on, I think I might use a bead that's not so, it's only very small, but he's not clear either, and that's really nice. And then we'll have a pink one of these maybe. Let's see how that looks instead of doing the clear ones. I did the clear ones on the other one. This is going to take 1 or 2 minutes, isn't it? Really? Put them out here. Be easier for me to pick up. Anyway, hope everybody's having a nice day. You know what? It's actually getting some warm here. There's some warm out here, and I'm so excited because I can feel I'm too warm in here today. Isn't that good? That's amazing. So we want 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. I'm up to this one. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's do 22. 20, 21, 22. This will be for the, wait a minute, I grabbed one when it flew away. This will be for his smallest wing, I think, one of the back wings. Because when you turn it around like so, it's only little. Look at that, see? But it works. So that's 20. Now it doesn't matter like what size bead you have. You can just decide yourself if you find it that you want to make a set amount of length. If you want to actually make it a certain length, let me see. Because all beads, everybody's beads are going to be different too. So I've used going to measure that, okay? So we'll measure that. I have got 2 inches nearly, say 2 inches of beads, which is 6 centimetres. 5 centimetres. So you want to turn that over and wrap it around this part here where you started at, like so. So then we want to go over this other side. Just twiddle him into the place you want him to be. This top one I think might be coming a bit undone on me here. I hope you realise that this is all how these things work, I think. Maybe some people can do it without a couple of little hiccups, but I find it that you've got to get through the hiccups too. So now we've got to get another 22 of these on this side. I don't think it matters which one, but I have one of each one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'll be 6 on there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. A bit like watching the grass grow, I know, but I don't know how to turn this off. You think I'd learn, but as soon as I go away from here, I don't know if anybody else is like this, you sort of forget about them sort of things. You think, oh dear, I forgot to go, and when you come back you think, oh dear, I still don't know how to do this editing and stuff like that. I know people have tried to help me with different things, but I'm terrible because I forget. And I'll have to say that we are having our visitor come and visit us again today. That is actually I never told anybody because I didn't want to, but, well, I didn't know. But my daughter's boyfriend is arriving again today, and he was my visitor that we had last week, or our visitor, and he's a very nice person. It was the first time we'd met him. Just wanted to find out how things went before we said something. So he's coming again today for another visit. They live 2 hours apart, so it's good that he's travelling this time too and not her, because I was a little worried for both of them, I suppose. Okay, so now this one here we want to put on about 30 something, I suppose. It's 10 more because this is going to be the front one. And oh dear, come here you. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where's 8? 8, 10, 11. Oh, come on. 11, 12, 13, 14, I hope you're just sticking with me, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, it is therapeutic too really, 23, 24, when it's going right, 24, 25, 26, come on, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 31, 32. Let's have a look and see if that's going to be enough for his wing to turn over and put on the front one. Look at that. Isn't that grand? I think that looks good. Here we go. Now we do the other one. So many awesome different things out here in the world, you know, to do. That people just don't know about until you go see them. And also, you don't know if they're going to work. I found this, come across this channel today. This young bloke does this thing to see if he can find out if things that are on Pinterest actually work. I don't know if anybody else has seen it or not, but I found it quite amazing that he was doing that. He said, you see the picture, he said, and people try to go and make the thing, he said, and sometimes they don't work, so you challenge him to see if he can come up with the item itself. And it does put you off a bit, but then there is some people that can put the videos up of them actually doing the things, so it doesn't really mean that they can't be done. It's a matter of how you go about them, I suppose. I hope you understand what I'm saying. He's like a does it really work person, you know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Come here, you. Don't want to get too many out because then I'm going to put them away. 28, 29, 30. Did I do 32? I think I did. 31, 32. Okay. There we go. Now, okay, now that's going to go across there like so, twist it around the centre like that, and we just have to manipulate it a little tiny bit to make sure that we're happy with what it looks like, of course. Pull that across through there. Don't be too harsh on it, but try your very best. Now this is a piece I started with, and I haven't got a very long tail left over because I only used about 12 inches like I said, and most of these beads are like reasonably small, so if you want to do it with a bigger bead, well, you probably need to put a lot longer piece on there. Now I've got no idea how long this took me to do this. So I'm just going to have to see. Now, as you just cut them off, do you think that they're about right? I'm going to turn mine around this way with the pliers just like that to give him a bit of a curly bit. And the same on this. Oh dear, I hope I'm still in the shot here. And do the same with this part here. And there's his little antennaes. Now, just to be like on the safe side, if you're going to actually give it to somebody, I would just put a little tiny bit of glue on the inside of that bead there before I sent him away or did anything like that with him, because I wouldn't want him to be falling apart, you know. So, but anyway, that's if you'd like this my video, you would like to subscribe to my channel. I have a real lot of different sorts of craft things that I do. A variety of things that I can make and do, and I love to share what I do. So I'll just give you another bit of a close-up of them. These are my dragonflies that I'm not the first one to make them, and this is just the way I do them. There's other people who make them as well, of course, because they've been around for many years, but I just wanted to show you how to make that, and I'm hoping that you can see them, and I'm waving them all around here everywhere, trying to get a bit of a shot of them. So thank you everybody for watching, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel or leave a comment, give me a like, and go and see whatever else you can find with a hashtag on it. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Bye bye.